Hi, happy Monday and welcome to Geno's Takes, what I like to call my Monday morning wrap-up. Well, I'll take a couple stories from the weekend that spoke to me and hopefully you too. First of all, let's talk about Friday night. Mike Fiers threw the fifth no-hitter in the majors this season, 11th in Astros history, and what a lot of people noticed is maybe he only came within one out of throwing a no-hitter, because with 2 outs in the ninth, MLB went to the feed, national audience, and what did they see? This picture of what appears to be a sticky substance in his glove. I was dealing with a sticky substance too late that night, and much like Fiers, I blamed it on the lighting. That's what he said. He's like, that wasn't pine tar, obviously the lighting. But you know who else came forward to defend him? And I love this. You ready? You ready, all you whiners? Don Mattingly, the manager on the opposing team, who came forward and said, and I want to get this right, I think if you talk about stuff like that, it seems like you're whining. I think a lot of guys use it. It's kind of accepted unless it's just blatantly obvious that someone's doing it. Sound like something you should aspire to, Roger Goodell, listening to what goes down in the annals of history as a man playing a sport, because that's what it's always been. And that's why men are always commissioners of the league, because the unwritten rule has always been, it's not cheating if you don't get caught. That's why Roger Goodell is wasting precious sound bites of our time on this Tom Brady thing, okay? And that's another reason we'll never have a female commissioner, because let me tell you, from my experience, women think it's cheating whether you get caught or not. Somehow they always find out. What? Oh, I'm back. Okay. Next topic. Tiger Woods. Did you see him at the Wyndham? He folded twice. Let me explain something to you about Tiger Woods that is becoming painfully obvious to a fan like myself, and I think you notice it too. He is still golf, and you find yourself rooting for him. But he choked twice this weekend. Saturday on the 18th hole. All he had to do was par, and he would have been in the final pairing. But he bogeyed, and that knocked him down a few rungs. Here's the thing. Not only was he trying to win the Wyndham, he only needed to come in second, need I remind you, to make the FedEx playoffs. And what did he do Sunday? He played par after par, and then on 11, it all came apart. When he chunked that chip off the green, wound up on a triple bogey, followed that with a bogey, and he was done. He wasn't going to win the tournament, and he wasn't going to make the playoffs. And what did he do after that? With no pressure on him? Right. He birdied 4 of the final 6 holes. Anybody at the pro or amateur or my low base level can tell you it's easy to hit it when it doesn't matter, okay? And that's the thing. Now everyone's going to call him a paper tiger because he's not the fierce competitor he used to be. He's not a paper tiger. He's an origami tiger because he folds in so many different places. And I think he's kind of still popular in China, right? And finally, people, let's talk about it. Jordy Nelson, he's out for the year with what is more than likely an ACL tear. And you know what I had people tweeting me and telling me on my page? Oh, he screwed me in my fantasy league. Let me explain something to you. Anyone that's a man, we're getting back to that, knows you don't do a fantasy draft until after week 3 of the preseason, because that's the last time any starter will get a sniff of the field. So if you're sitting there whining about your tough fantasy league where you did a draft in the middle of May, get over it. You're in the wrong league and you're a girl, okay? Actually, I take that back. There's a lot of girls in my league who know not to get in a league where they draft that early. But good news. Now that your season's over, dude, you can focus on what really matters. I'm guessing your stamp collection. And does this affect the Packers? I don't think it does that badly. Sure, Jordy Nelson was his number 1 target. 13 TDs last year, averaging 13 TDs over the past 3 seasons. But we said it earlier, and, Aaron Rodgers has a ton of depth at the receiver position. And I'll tell you something else that really spoke to me. A few hours ago, Reggie Wayne signed with the Patriots. Why? Because I think he thinks the Patriots have a better shot of winning it all than the Packers. Not to mention, I don't think Reggie Wayne sees himself contributing a lot, and he just wants to go out a winner. And he knows how deep the receiving core is in Green Bay, and he would not fit in there. So take that little bit of advice, people. Reggie Wayne's the guy with inside information. If you want inside information on the Little League World Series, you go to a guy like Jared from Subway because he knows all that young talent. All right. Those are the picks for this week, guys. Well, that's my Monday morning takes. We'll see you tomorrow with an AFC East preview.